I'll record to this computer. Hello, everyone. My name is Sharon Tash, and I am the principal trainer and owner of Tash Wellness for Women. And during this coronavirus thing, I was wondering how I can serve my clients better. And my network is really robust. And I decided I am going to reach out to people that I know, that I trust, that I do business with, so that in case anyone needs somebody that does what they do, this is somebody that I can refer you to because I am using their services. And I'm very blessed and very happy to have William Billy Bloom as my virgin Zoom recording. And, I've always called him Billy, but I met him through my son when we were sailing.
Yep.
And I met him one day, and I still called him Billy. And one day my son said to me, "Mom, his name is William." I'm like, he'll always be Billy to me.
Oh boy.
I always told Bill that when the business gets to a point where I need a financial planner, I am going to turn to you. And I got to do that about a year ago. And I'm very lucky. Not only is Bill a fantastic financial planner, he's also a friend. And he has really helped me when I have projects that I want to do. He helps me with those projects by giving me, it's not a SWOT sheet, but it's a way of helping me have focus. And that's what I wanted him to do today, is kind of go through the SWOT sheet, or whatever we're going to call it, that he used when I came to him with this project. So Bill is the owner of Bloom Financial, based here in Chicago, downtown. He has written a book. I love the name of this. Retire as You Desire, Your Guide to a Happy and Healthy Retirement. But I love the picture on the book. That's what really got me. And he does workshops. Of course, that is gone right now until we get over, all of this. But it is my pleasure to introduce Bill Bloom to all of you. Take it away, Bill.
Thank you so much, Sharon. This is such an honor and a pleasure to be your first. So we're going to make this great today. And, over the next 5 to 10 minutes, we're really hoping to give value to, your clientele and the people who you work with. And these are really tough times right now. I mean, we're all going through some forms of stress at this point, whether it's business, personal life, or just, we're not able to go out and live our normal lives. But whenever I'm going through a new project or speaking with a new client, because I primarily work with people who are 50 to 70, and we want to have what I like to call the project accelerator. And this is pretty neat. I learned this from Strategic Coach. They are my business coaches. I call it a therapy for business owners. It's amazing because whenever I leave there, I always learn something new, and I try and implement that. And this project accelerator was something that came to my mind immediately when I was asked to be on this program, which is amazing. So this project accelerator is just a really simple tool to organize our thoughts. Because
So do you want me to show it to everybody? And
yes, let's do that. Let's take a look at
okay.
that right now.
And everybody, please have patience with me as I do this, since I'm new at this. All right, can you see it?
Perfect.
All right.
So going through this, after Sharon asked me to be on this program, I thought, let's take some notes. Let's create a plan, just like what I do in my day-to-day life for work. So going through this, we always want to think about what's our best result and also what's our worst result. So my immediate thought process was the worst result that we could have is if we're not providing value to Sharon's clients, which is you. And the success criteria is what we're going through right now. This is our plan, but also a health and wealth. because she is all about helping you with your health and making you stronger, and also helping you with your confidence. And she's amazing at that. Absolutely amazing. And then the wealth, where that came into play, is that's what I do for a living. And she can create this into her own 3 to 5 part series, and this will allow her to keep her clients engaged. She could talk to other professionals potentially about food choices, or there's a lot of different ways inside of her network to keep her clients engaged. And lastly, we could talk about investing and retirement planning and the effects on your health. And then going down a step further, this is really the fun part. This is the strategy circle. So Dan Sullivan, the creator of Strategic Coach, he doesn't do any project without doing this and an impact filter. So this is a really short and concise way to get your thoughts on paper and out of your head. Because when you do that, you actually are able to put the magical touch when pen goes to paper and you see what you're thinking. So for both of us right now, and for a lot of other people, we want to be relevant to our clients. We want to show value. We want to show gratitude, and we want to appreciate the people who spend time with us. And that's what we're here to do today. And the result is creating this, the first recorded video, for her clients. And some of the obstacles that we were going to have is, how do we do it? And, Sharon has done a phenomenal job learning the software very quickly because she's very intelligent. Yeah, she was going, I don't know. But this is amazing. This is working seamlessly. And then as far as the other obstacles go, it's just client retention during the shutdown. I mean, every business owner has this right now. So we want to make these videos consistent, keep your message consistent. And this is true if you own a business as well. And then any obstacles is looking to share this with new clients. How do we still have new potential clients for the future? And you know what you could do? This would be great to help Sharon. Would you please send this to 3 to 5 people after you watch it? Just send it to some of your friends and family, especially the people who are looking for direction, guidance right now, but also someone who just wants to take a deep breath. They could write some notes and actually have a better feeling about their presence and being present. And that's what this project accelerator does for me. I use this with my clients. An obstacle could say, how do I not run out of money in retirement? And the strategy is, well, you create an income plan so that we can mitigate some of those risks. Or, especially with your health, how do we protect or look at, if something happens to our health? Well, we have strategies for that. So at the end of the day, we want to be very, very proactive in our daily lives to just stay focused, stay centered, have what one of my mentors says, an attitude of gratitude. Let me repeat that. An attitude of gratitude. That's what's going to help us get through this really tough time. And again, this Project Accelerator helps every single thing that I do, whether it's my personal life or my business life. It's just a godsend.
Let's go through something because, I'm thinking of your beautiful son, that you and Jude have, Mr. James. And, let's just take something, his first birthday that's coming up. So that's the project purpose is to have James have his first birthday. Can you take us through how your brain would work for this?
Oh, absolutely, because this is a perfect example. So our son is going to turn 1 in June. So right now we have no idea if we're going to be out of lockdown per se, if we're going to be able to get past this social distancing. So the best result that we could have is we actually hold his birthday party on our scheduled date. And the worst result is the opposite. we have to push it back to September or October or whenever we're available, because we have family that's going to be coming in from Argentina. My wonderful wife is from Argentina, so we want her mom here for the birthday. So the worst result is we have to push this back. That could be difficult. So a success criteria would be, number one, have all of the details lined up, whether it's the balloons, the cake, a reservation is set up. So that is really important, is having those details ready for the June birthday party. So if the governor lifts our ban, let's go. And also the invitations. We want to have right now an amended invitation saying save the date, and if things do not progress like we're planning, here's another option. Here's the secondary backup date. And same location, same time, but we just have a new date. And a success criteria, another one would be, is to have our loved ones there. So make sure we have our message out to our loved ones, our friends and family, to make sure that they're aware of this is still going on right now. We're still planning for this. We just have to see what happens with the coronavirus. So I think you all get the point that you want to have your success criteria written out, and you don't need a million things. Keep it simple. I just gave you 3 examples, and those are really the most important ones for us. That's what would make this very successful. And then when we go down to the strategy circle snapshot, the goal would be to still have the birthday in June. And the result would be having our friends and family and our loved ones there. And, the obstacles, these are obvious ones. We don't know if the stay-at-home ban will be lifted. And the strategy would be have 2 dates set. First one, keep the same date. Second one would be have an alternative. An obstacle would be, let's say if the balloon maker, because my wife wants to put together this really neat balloon arrangement, because she's amazing at that, at these things. She's the best. But let's say if the balloon maker isn't able to do that. So what's our strategy? The strategy would be, okay, do we have the balloons ordered to execute on this? And the same would go for the cake. Let's say the bakery isn't able to continue their business because of this. Let's say theoretically, it's a really tough situation. And the strategy could be use the venue's baker to make the cake or make cupcakes, or we can make them. My wife is an amazing baker. So these are really great strategies that can actually open your brain to new ideas to solve some of the problems that we're all having right now. We're all having it. Let's face it. It's just how life goes. We're not used to this. So using this really simple tool from Strategic Coach, my business therapist, could really help you get through these tough times right now.
And I think one of the big things with this, especially seeing how it's laid out and how you just described it, when we have a project, whether it's big or small, we get into overload in our head. It's like when I was raising my kids, they were afraid of something. And I'd say, what's the absolute worst thing that could happen? And it never does.
Right.
But by having that sheet, you're able to think through it, and you don't have this craziness going on in your head. The emotions are taken out of it, because we can't think logically if we get emotions involved.
Right.
And this brings it down so that we can think logically.
Absolutely. You said that very well.
Oh, thank you. And it organizes your thoughts. So if somebody wanted, to talk to you about whether it's the financial part, or they want to talk to you about the, I call it a mastermind group, but it's not, your coaching.
Yes.
How can they get a hold of you?
So the best way would be to send me an email. So first of all, if you are interested in the business coaching, um, I've been in the program for over 6 years, and it's literally been the best money that I've ever spent because it's given me such a better perspective on my life. I take free days where you don't work, you don't look at your emails, you are focused on your family, and then you have your the days where you're doing just your paperwork or your catch-up work, or you have your focus days where you're really engaging with your clients and listening to them and spending time with them. So it's helped me arrange my life to give me balance. And then as far as the retirement planning goes, I do work with, again, the 50 to 70-year-olds. And the thing that I love doing most is helping people create income that can last their lifetimes. It's really important. So that is the number one fear of retirees. And we want to mitigate that for you. And my email is bill@bloomfinancial.us. That's BLOOM. And my direct phone number is 815-600-1758. And I'd be so happy to speak with you about either of these topics.
And what I'll do, because I don't know how this will come out recorded wise, but I will put the link for your website on there. I'll put your phone number, your email, so that people will have it.
Thank you.
Now, if they're interested in that sheet, can they just reach out to you? What's the best way to get a sheet like that?
Right, right. Well, I can't just distribute that to anyone. That's the strategic coach's intellectual property. But one of the things that I would recommend, and this is really neat, is if you're interested in this form of simplicity in your life, is I would actually introduce you to them, and they'll send you a copy of one of their books. Dan Sullivan creates one every quarter. He has a process down that he creates every quarter. It's amazing. And you could do these things in your life. You could do these things in your business. It's a direct correlation into one another. So yes, please contact me and I can help you be introduced with them.
Now, don't you have another book you're writing?
Yes. Oh, this is fun. Oh boy. With this downtime, we've been able to spend a lot of great time creating new capabilities. So the new book is going to be out in November, December. I'm not sure when yet, but it's all about retraining your brain to have better money habits.
Ooh,
yes,
nice.
We could all use this.
Absolutely.
Every single person. This is very simple for a high school student to read it, whether one of your children is in the workforce and working right now. Even the retiree clients that I have, it's about learning how your brain works and learning how is that affecting your spending decisions and are you making good ones? And there's one really simple tool to show you what you're doing. And that's what the book is about.
I bet it's about writing down every penny that you spend.
Absolutely. You have to keep track. You have to keep track.
And there's apps for that where you could write down everything that you spend.
It's amazing.
Yes, it is. Well, I want to thank you, Bill, so much for doing this for us. You were my virgin. I appreciate it. Make sure you tell Jude that I said you were a virgin.
Absolutely.
And taking time away from James, who's got as much hair as you do now.
Yeah, more than I do.
He does now? Okay. Well, I can't wait to see you again. I appreciate you doing this for us. And I love and trust you so much with everything in my life. And I'm so glad you're a part of it.
The feeling's absolutely mutual. It's definitely an honor to be here. And I love talking about, simplicity. I'm a simplifier by nature. And we could all have a lot more peace in our life right now during these tough times. And that's the message that I want to share with everyone today.
Wonderful. I love you, boy.
Hi, guys. Love you too.
Hugs to everybody.
You too. Thank you.
Okay. Bye.
Bye-bye.